Live from the Kennedy Ice Arena, we're here for Game 2 of the LCAHL Playoffs How 1 Division. The Force are going to be facing off against the Birmingham Rangers. Birmingham was in the same division as the Force for the seeding process. They are the number 3 seed entering this tournament. They knocked out Honey Baked Black, which was the number 1 seed from the opposite side of the tournament. So they're coming off a high from winning an upset. Last meeting between these two teams from the Force and the Rangers, the Force won 8-4. Starting for the Force on defense, we're going to have the pair of Aiden Cumberland and Sawyer Blackburn. And our attackers going to be at center Murphy Fraze, and then our wingers Easton Legault and Mason Llewellyn. In net, as I often forget to put his name in there, is Talon Hosier. Face off one ahead, East onto the stick of Easton Legault. He's upended in the corner as the Rangers come away with it. Through center ice with numbers. Back on defense, there's Blackburn, taken away by Cumberland. Comes out to the sideboards, fed down low, blocked by Blackburn. He clears it out to the side, into the neutral zone. Easton will go after it on the stick of Fraze. They come down and it's going to be offsides, which is probably a good thing there as they both came off their skates. Line change here for the Force is going to put McDonald, Kelly, and Martin on the ice with Hagen and Warner back on defense. Face off one back by the Force. D to D there to Hagen. Hagen winds, feeds it ahead to Cora Kelly. Kelly tries to center it up there, taken away by the Rangers onto the stick of Harrison Hagen. He's looking for some open ice, shot, blocked to the side by the Rangers goaltender. Puck comes to center ice, picked up by Hagen, fed over to Warner. Can't handle that pass as it goes to the corner. Warner tied up. Max McDonald comes in, picks up the puck, winds behind the net. Yeah, puck squirts into the neutral zone. Grayson Martin there for the Force. As the puck enters, picked up by Warner. Warner rips it around the boards, up to Kelly. Kelly has it knocked away onto the stick of Hagen. Hagen behind the net. Surveys, feeds it out to Kelly. Kelly tries to get it over to McDonald, picked up by Hagen. Hagen through center ice, swings wide. Hagen reverses, feeds it to the middle onto the stick of McDonald, loses it in his skates, comes out to Martin. Martin backhands it back down, picked up by the Rangers, taken away by Martin. Fed back out, but kept in by Hagen. Puck comes to the sideboards here. Rangers going to be the first ones as they clear it out to center ice. In the face-off circle is going to be Bryson Bodorf. He's on the ice with Oliver Westhoff and Max Zaremba. Blackburn and Cumberland back on defense. Kept in by Zaremba. Ensues. Bodorf comes away with it. Bodorf makes a move, keeps it on his stick. Shot, saved by the Rangers. Again back on defense. Blackburn and Cumberland. Blocked by Blackburn. Puck fed up high, another shot towards the net, kick to the side by Hosier. Blackburn fighting for it. Rangers come away with it, dump it down low. Aiden Cumberland, the first one there for the Force. Fed up to Zaremba. Comes back out to Cumberland, and Bodorf picks it up behind the net. He bounces it off the boards, trying to get it up to Westhoff, dumped back in deep by the Rangers. Picked up by Blackburn behind the net. He feeds it ahead to Zaremba. Pass doesn't get through. Back to Blackburn. Lightly feeds it over to the boards. Centering feed blocked by Blackburn. Picked up by Zaremba. He's got Westhoff ahead of him. Zaremba enters. Hasn't knocked off his stick. Bodorf dumps it in deep. Get a defensive change here. Hagen onto the ice with Warner. Being kept in momentarily by the Force. Picked up by Warner as he waits for them to touch up. Enters the zone here. Warner down low. Still has it on his stick. Rangers come away with it. Feed it up high. Kept in by Hagen. Hagen tries to fire one. It's blocked in front by the Rangers. Kept in by Zaremba. Dumped in deep for Murphy Fraze. Fraze behind the net, reverses. Feeds it out to Hagen. Hagen rips one up high, tipped, laid out in front. It's not covered up, and the Rangers finally cover it. Face off for the Force is going to be Murphy Fraze. Backhand attempt towards the net by Llewellyn. Doesn't connect. Tries to center it up. We're going to have a tripping penalty here. And that's going to be on the Rangers, number 9. So the Force are going to go to a power play here with 8:45 remaining in the first. Power play unit for the Force is going to be Murphy Fraze, Mason Llewellyn, Easton Legault, Warner, and Hagen. Face off one by the Force, loses the handle on it, kicked up to Warner. Warner up high, dumps it back down. Rangers come away with it. Through center ice, taken away by Hagen. Hagen with a lot of room. Scott saved there by the Rangers. Picked up and back the other way. Only one back on defense. Fast attempt. Warner picks it up in the corner and rips it around behind the net. Up onto the stick of Murphy Fraze. Murph entering with speed. Murphy wide shot. Up over the net goes that shot from Fraze. Legault with it now in the corner. Comes out to Llewellyn. Into his skates. Fraze picks it back up. Shot. Glove saved by the Rangers. Good offensive pressure here by the Force on the power play with 32 seconds remaining on the penalty from the Rangers. Shot from deep by Blackburn, blocked in front, goes around behind the net. That's Martin there, first for the Force. Puck's being battered around, picked up by the Rangers as they feed it to the reverse side of the rink. Cumberland goes in on the play. Pick it up down low, down deep. Rangers pick it up behind their net, try to feed it out. That pass attempt's blocked by Kelly. Kelly has it poked off her stick by the Rangers. Backhanded out to the neutral zone, onto the stick of Aiden Cumberland. Cumberland picking up speed. Enters with the puck, but it's taken away by the Rangers, and back down the ice it goes. 5-on-5 hockey as the penalty expires for the Rangers. Blackburn surveys. Taken with some speed. Blackburn enters the offensive zone. Blackburn centering feed blocked by the Rangers. Feeds it back up high onto the stick of Cumberland. Cumberland fires one towards the nets. Blockered away by the Rangers. Onto the stick of Martin. Martin fires one towards the net. Glove save there by the Rangers. Into the face-off dot is going to be Bryson Bodorf. Still scoreless here. 6:30 remaining in the first. Get there! Puck's picked up by the Rangers as they dump it to the neutral zone, and it's going to trickle all the way down the ice for icing. Take this face-off. It's going to be Bodorf once again. Face-off picked up by Oliver Westhoff. Rangers take it away. Defended well there by Bodorf. Onto the stick of the Rangers. You got Warner back as the lone defenseman. They swing wide, shoot it towards the net, goes wide, behind the net, picked up by Zaremba. He battles for the puck, sends it opposite direction, picked up by the Rangers. Centering feed knocked away by Zaremba. Kept in by the Rangers. Now on the stick of Bodorf as he clears it to center ice. Rangers winding deep through center ice. Cross ice feed connects as they enter. Puck up high, shot towards the net, blocked in front. Kick to the side by Warner. Rangers maintain possession. Centering feed doesn't connect with anybody. And Zaremba clears the center ice. And on his horse, there's Harrison Hagen. Hagen with some speed. Harry in the net, score! Harrison Hagen as he notches one up on the board for the Force. Oh, was it a save? They saved that? Oh, I thought that was in the net. That was apparently a save as it went off the post from Harry. Oh my goodness. I could have swore that went in. I got a bad angle at the view here though. Fed back in by Hagen. Goes off the skate, the Rangers player. Fed back out. Hagen's going to pick that back up. Hagen behind his net, reverses. Finds the open sheet of ice. He's got Llewellyn ahead of him. Feeds it ahead onto the stick of Fraze. Fraze enters the offensive zone. Moves out wide. Reverses. Feeds it towards the center. His centering feed is blocked. Back to center ice for Warner. Warner, D to D to Hagen. Hagen reverses, is finding room and space, lightly touches that up to Fraze. Fraze enters it. Knocked back out by the Rangers. Murphy off the glass. Back to himself, Llewellyn there for the Force. It's going to go back and forth and down the ice for Warner. Warner picks it up, is surveying, tries to feed it ahead. His pass attempt is blocked by the Rangers. On the stick of Fraze. Fraze chipping it ahead, loose at the last moment. Knocked out of the zone by Legault. Back and forth the puck goes. Picked up by the Rangers. They maintain possession. Almost stolen away there by Llewellyn. Entered by Legault. Now on the stick of Fraze. Fraze swinging wide. Murphy gets upended. Puck's laying loose in the corner. Rangers gain possession. They feed across ice, stolen by Legault. Easton Legault with a shot, goes wide. Llewellyn battle for it. Now into the corner. Rangers fed up by towards the nets, blockered away by the Rangers goaltender. Rangers through center ice. Feed towards the center. One too many passes there for the Rangers. They had an open opportunity at a good scoring attempt. Now Fraze comes away with it. He's taken down. We're going to have a power play again for the Force. Tripping is the penalty call. 3:05 left here in the first. The Force will be back to a power play. Power play is going to be Max McDonald, Grayson Martin. Defense is going to be Cumberland and Blackburn, and they're going to leave Cora Kelly out there to take the face-off's coming out here to center ice or neutral zone, and Max McDonald's going to take it. Face-off picked up by the Rangers, knocked away by Kelly. Rushing forward, taken away by Cumberland as he feeds it back up and out of the zone to Kelly. Rangers dump it back in. First one there for the Force is going to be Blackburn. Blackburn feeds it over to Martin. Martin off the boards up to McDonald. Max McDonald feeds it ahead to Kelly. Good puck movement here by the Force as they enter the zone. Wide is Kelly. She tries a centering feed, blocked up out onto the stick of Cumberland. Back to Kelly. Kelly winds it in. Hot after, it's going to be Max McDonald. He picks up that puck in the corner. Backhand centering feed off the side of the net. Laying still. Out in front. Cora Kelly can't get a handle on that one for Cumberland. She fire one towards the net. Goes off the goalie's head. Still out in front. Laying on the doorstep. Picked up. Get the camera there. Picked up and sent down the ice. It's going to go all the way down for icing. Good opportunities there for the Force. We got 23 seconds remaining on the penalty. Face-offs are being taken by Bodorf. Kick to the side from Warner. Warner towards the net, blocked in front. Zaremba battling for it in the corner. Rangers try to clear it out and do. Comes to center ice. Over to Hagen. Hagen backhands it in. Send back up and around. Penalty expires for the Rangers. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Hagen sends it over to Warner. Warner enters. Warner shoots. Goes wide. Picked up by Bodorf behind the net. He reverses. Tries a centering feed. Knocked away by the Rangers. Send neutral zone. Picked up by Hagen. Hagen sends it over to Warner. Warner tries to get it back to Hagen. Overskated it. Zaremba. Now on his stick of Bodorf. Bodorf. Offsides. Rangers. Officially at 59 seconds on the scoreboard here at the rink. Murphy Frey is going to take the face-off. Face-off won back by the Rangers as they dump it ahead. On to the stick of Hagen. Hagen over to Warner. Warner dumps it ahead. It's going to go all the way down the ice. Well, icing's waved off. Rangers coming the other way, have it stolen away by Fraze. Swings it wide, face towards the net, centers it up on the stick of Llewellyn, goes off the side of the net. Rangers try to feed it up and out, kept in by Legault. Easton loses it off his stick, out to Hagen. Hagen winds to try to find some room, goes around two defenders there. Around behind the net goes Hagen. He's going to feed it across to Warner. Warner with a slapper towards the net. Gets bounced around in front and goes wide. Fraze sends one towards the net. 2 seconds remains on the period. And we're going to end the first tied up 0-0. Starting for the Force, so the second period here. It's going to be Martin, Kelly, McDonald, and we're changing up the defensive pairing here. Going to put the white helmet crew out with Hagen and Blackburn. Then That'll make it confusing for me. Face off one back by the Rangers. They send it ahead, picked up by Hagen. Hagen reverses. Looking for speed. Hagen through center ice. Has it knocked into the offensive zone for the Force as he continues up on it. And he's the first one there. Sent out, kept in by Blackburn. He tries to rip it down low. His pass attempt is blocked, and now he sends it in deep. It's going around behind the net. Grayson Martin there for the Force. Onto his stick. Centers it up off the side of the net. Picked up by the Rangers. Taken away by Kelly. Kelly feeds it towards the slot. Bounces around, comes out to Hagen. Hagen rifles one towards the net. Glove save by the Rangers. Bryson Bodorf to take the face off. Shot goes towards the net, saved there by the Rangers. Behind their own net, pressured by Bodorf. Kept in by Hagen. Fed back up, Bodorf fighting for it, now into the stick of Hagen. He has it taken away, he's upended. The Rangers the other way with Blackburn back on defense. Shot goes towards the net, but is wide. Oliver Westhoff gathers it up, feeds it ahead, can't get it out. Dumped back in deep by the Rangers. Blackburn back to pick it up. Cruises behind his own net, feeds it ahead. Blocked down by the Rangers for Hagen. Hagen looking for open ice. Rips it cross ice to Zaremba, hops his stick, comes out to center ice. Rangers enter with numbers and speed. Shot attempt goes towards the net, and it's blocked away by Hosier. Taken away by Bodorf. Bryson feeds it. Back and forth the puck goes. Comes out for the Rangers. Shot up over the net. Taken away by Bodorf. Feeds it ahead to Zaremba. Can't get it out. Shot. Tipped wide by a Rangers player. Blackburn swipes it to the side. Shot again by the Rangers. Taken away by Hagen. Hagen looking for... Hagen. He's got one trailing. Feeds it right over. Oh, great pass attempt there from Hagen to Oliver Westhoff. Couldn't get a handle on it to put it in the net. Rangers back the other way. Blackburn in position. Being pestered there by Zaremba. The puck goes through the crease. Opposite end of the ring. Down low, battle ensues. Rangers come away, and it's on the doorstep. Hosier thought it covered in his glove. It was sitting, just put it in to open the 10-17. Left in the second. Taking the face-off's Murphy Fraze. Maybe that'll get the Force fired up here and we can get some opportunities. Not that we haven't had any yet, but it's going to go down for icing. Look for a quick response here by the Force. Murphy Fraze to take the face-off. One back to Cumberland. He fires one towards the net, but it's blocked out in front. And that's a good save attempt there by Warner, because that would have been a breakaway the other way if he didn't knock it out of that Rangers player's stick. Face-off's coming to the near dot here. And to take it's going to be Fraze. Fraze wins that face-off ahead. Sent back to center ice by the Rangers. Warner to Cumberland. Cumberland backhands it off the boards up to Llewellyn. Llewellyn makes one miss, dumps it in deep. Llewellyn there. Puck comes around to Warner. Warner with it. Makes a move. onto the stick of Fraze. Murphy Fraze with it now. He centers it up. It's bounced around in front. Legault's there. Still, nobody can clear it. Rangers come away with it. Pestered by Fraze. Cross ice pass doesn't connect with anybody. Coming away with it's going to be Cumberland. Still pushing ahead. Aiden Cumberland goes to his knees, swipes the stick back. Knocked out and down the ice by the Rangers. Going to be picked up by Warner. Warner behind the net, rips it around the boards. A whole gang of Rangers players there as they go for a change. Puck still against the boards. Comes out center ice. Here we got a breakaway from Fraze. Murphy Fraze looking to feed it over. Defended well there by the Rangers. They swipe it up to Hagen. Hagen rifles it back down low. Blocked by a Rangers defender. Easton Legault picks that up. To center ice. It comes. Hagen picks it up. Hagen gonna wind wide. Enters. Comes back looking for somebody. Cross ice to Legault. Legault feeds it towards the net. Kicked away by the Rangers goaltender. Backhanded by Hagen. They rip it up, but kept in by Hagen. Hagen rips one from deep. Wide. Rangers feed it around the boards again. Kept in by Hagen. Hagen battling hard to keep it in the offensive zone. Good pressure by the force. Legault gets a stick to the skates. No call. Hagen still battling for it. Puck comes to Blackburn, center ice. Over to McDonald. They're going to enter, and it's going to be offsides. Max McDonald to take the faceoff. Face-off won by the force. Hagen feeds it over to Warner. Nobody there. Warner tries to get a backhand on it. Picked up by the Rangers. Rangers enter. Defended by Warner. Kelly knocks it off the Rangers' stick onto the stick of Hagen. Hagen feeds it through the legs. Loses a handle on it. Picked up by McDonald. McDonald makes a move as he enters the offensive zone. He's pestered there by the Rangers. Fights well for it. And it's pinched up against the glass here. It comes to center ice. Warner a little out of position. The Rangers going to be on a breakaway. Great way to get back by Warner as he stops that shot attempt, and the puck trickles back the other way it goes. Picked off by the Rangers. Rangers gaining some speed. That was offsides. Line change for the force. Puts Westhoff, Podorf, Zaremba, and then the defensive pairings going. Face off one back by the force to Blackburn. He feeds it ahead to Zaremba. He loses it in his skates, and the Rangers come away with it. Rangers out wide. Defended well. They lose a handle on it. Picked up by Cumberland behind the net. Aiden has it poked away. He gets his stick lifted. Bodorf's there to pick up the loose puck. Westhoff falls down, but the puck's fed up to Zaremba. Zaremba entering. Swinging wide. Zaremba with the puck still. Shot. Blocked in front. Goes on net. Covered up by the Rangers. Bodorf into the face-off circle. We're going to change here by the Rangers. Face-off won by the Rangers, but defended well by Westhoff. Westhoff takes it away and dumps it in deep. Rangers feed the puck to center ice. Cumberland feeds it back the other way. Knocks it off the stick of the Rangers, but they enter it. Dump it in deep. Blackburn going to be the first one there for the force to pick it up. Puck's loose. Picked up by Bodorf. Bryson Bodorf loses that as the poke checked away by the Rangers, but he regains possession and turns and tries to feed it in deep. Taken away by the Rangers as they trickle it around the boards. First one there to pick that up is going to be Blackburn. Blackburn feeds it up to Zaremba. Zaremba sends it into the neutral zone. Rangers take it away and back the other way. The Rangers got Cumberland to beat. Makes a move there. And good defense by Cumberland as he sends it wide. And we're going to get a penalty. I think that penalty is going to be on Aiden Cumberland. So the Force will go to the first penalty kill. Penalty killers on the ice for the Force is going to be Hagen, Warner, Fraze, and Llewellyn. Face-off won by the Rangers. They send a shot towards the net, picked up by Hagen. Hagen rips one around the boards. Kept in by the Rangers, taken away by Fraze. They regain possession. She goes wide. The shot goes through. Gather, feed it towards Llewellyn. And Fraze with it now. Murphy's got one to beat. Fraze swinging wide, loses it off his stick and poke checked away by the goaltender from the Rangers. Fed up the ice, goes to the neutral zone, picked up by Warner. We got 50 seconds remaining on the penalty on Cumberland. Warner rips it ahead. And the Rangers gain possession, and it's going to be offsides. .41 seconds remaining on the Cumberland penalty. Max McDonald take the face-off. Picked up by the Rangers, knocked away by Hagen. Hagen maintains possession of that puck. Hagen's going to find open ice here. Got McDonald ahead of him. Hagen tries to split onto the stick of McDonald. It's going to come wide. Max McDonald ropes it in deep. Oh, it goes right through Hagen's legs. It's going to come out to Warner. Warner feeds it back up and out. And Hagen picks it up, dumps it ahead to McDonald. Cross ice for the Rangers. He loses a handle on that, and it's going to go way back down to their end of the rink. Penalty expires on Cumberland. Some confusion on the line change there for the Force. Martin rips it up. He's got Kelly to his right. Wing wide. Max McDonald tries to rifle one towards the net. Can't get anything on it as it trickles into the corner. Back and forth the puck goes. Rangers feed it up onto the stick of Hagen. Hagen sends it back in deep. Rangers feed it back to Hagen. Hagen rips one towards the net, but it's going to be wide, gloved by the goaltender from the Rangers. They'll allow for a proper change here with Force. Bodorf, Westhoff, Zaremba onto the ice with Blackburn and Cumberland. .329 remaining in the second period. Face-off one backfired. Shot by Westhoff. It gets sticked down to the side. Rangers feed it up, and it goes out over the stick of Cumberland. No icing. Picked up by Blackburn. Blackburn with speed tries to flip it around the glass. No for the Force to pick that one up. Behind, makes one ahead of him, and Westhoff as he leads the charge. Dumped in. Zaremba going to be the first one there for the Force to defend. Picked up by Bodorf. Bodorf behind the net is dangerous. Tries a centering feed. Again, blocked away by the Rangers. Picked up by Zaremba and fed back in deep. Again, they feed it up. Cumberland's going to get a hold of it. He rifles one towards the net. It's blocked in front by Westhoff. He shovels it towards the net, blocked away by the Rangers. Fed back in. Sustained offensive pressure here for the Force. As the puck's going to come to center ice. Cumberland and Blackburn. Cumberland knocks it off the stick. Blackburn swipes it away from danger. Around behind the net it goes. Blackburn ties up a player there as Zaremba comes away with the puck for the moment. Blackburn lifts the stick. Back and forth puck goes and squirts out. It's going to be picked up by Bodorf. Bodorf's got two to beat, but he's got Westhoff next to him. Bodorf tries to get a shot off and he's defended. Centers it. Oh, onto the stick of Zaremba and it trickles wide. Fed out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Blackburn. Blackburn surveying. Tries to feed it ahead to Zaremba. Connects. Zaremba dumps it in. They go for a change. Llewellyn on the ice for the Force. Tries to steal it away. Back on defense is going to be Cumberland and Blackburn. They swing wide, take a shot, blocked in front by Blackburn. Cumberland can't get anything on it, taken away by the Rangers. Now onto the stick of Legault. Legault and the Rangers player collide in the corner. Now puck trickles out and goes across the ice. Going to get a hand pass. .115 remains here in the second. Force down 1 goal. Face off, picked up by the Rangers. They enter, taken away by Hagen, onto the stick of Llewellyn. We got numbers going the other way, a 3-on-2. Llewellyn enters, makes a move. Llewellyn with it now, just out of his reach to gather that and take a shot. Rangers feed it up the ice, and it's going to go all the way down for icing. Face-off circle is going to be Murphy Fraze. He wins it ahead, kicks it to himself, looking for somebody. He's not defended that well. Centers it up, comes out to Hagen. Hagen from deep, shot, tipped around in front. It's played with a high stick. Going to take the play all the way down to the other end of the ice. And we got 38 seconds on the clock. Force down 1 at the end of the second here. Face off. Trickles behind the net. Warner tries to slap it around. Oh, he's got a stick in the skates there. Legault centers it. So center ice. Now it's going to be picked up by Colton Warner, but we're going to get offsides. Max McDonald to take this face off. See if we can make something happen here in the remaining 25 seconds of the second period. Face off 1 back to Hagen. Hagen rips it over to Warner as Warner taps it ahead. Warner backhands it to try to center it. Comes out. Kelly with it now. Kelly winds, fires. Wide. Picked up by Max McDonald as he tries to center it. Can't get anything on it. Puck goes back and forth. Rangers come away with it as the period expires. Force down 1 after 2. Starting off the third period here is going to be the defensive pairing of Hagen and Warner. Vodorf to hold down that center position with Westhoff and Zaremba. 13 minutes to make something happen for the Force. Eventually the Force getting fired up. It's a good sign. Hagen zips it in deep. Back together for the Rangers. And Westhoff challenged him up. Rangers feed it ahead. Can't handle that pass. Hagen's going to be there on defense. They keep it going towards the end of the rink. Picked up by Bodorf. Bodorf reverses around another defender. Feeds it ahead to Hagen. Hagen in open ice. Hagen gathering some speed. He's kept wide. Reverses. Looking for somebody to pass to. Has it taken away. The Rangers feed to center ice. Warner across to Westhoff. Oh, it's taken away from Westhoff. Warner back in position. They try to cross ice feed. Doesn't connect. Hagen's going to pick that up. Can't keep it going with him. He's got Bodorf ahead of him. It's 2-on-3, and he has it swiped away. Zaremba backhands it towards the net. Blocked in front by the Rangers. The Rangers round behind their own goal. Send it up the ice onto the stick of Warner. Warner feeds it cross ice out of the danger into the neutral zone. Taken away by Bodorf momentarily, and he regains possession. Bodorf's hooked and tripped, and we got a penalty here. Llewellyn out wide, sends a shot towards the net, blocked away by the Rangers. They maintain possession. The Force centering feed. It's going to come out to Cumberland as he slaps one towards the net, taken away, and the whistle's going to blow that play dead. Force will be on a power play here at 11:21 remaining in the third. Power play unit for the Force is going to be Fraze, Llewellyn, Legault, with Cumberland and Blackburn back on defense. Face-off kicks to center ice, picked up by Cumberland. Cumberland enters, shot by Cumberland. Blocked by the Rangers out front, but still trickled on net. Llewellyn picks up the loose change. Taken away by the Rangers. Defended there by Llewellyn. Or that was Legault onto the stick of Fraze. Fraze fires one towards the net. Glove saved by the Rangers. Fraze to take the... Mason Llewellyn. Llewellyn swings out wide. Fraze, he can't get a handle on it as he's defended there by the Rangers. Llewellyn knocks it off the stick. Rangers gather it, feed it up high to Blackburn. Blackburn winds, fires one towards the net. It's tipped down by Fraze, but goes wide. Llewellyn stick lifts, battling for the puck down low. We got 43 seconds remaining on the power play. Behind the net, the Rangers gather. Retreating is Blackburn. They feed it down the ice. It's going to come back for Cumberland. Cumberland feeds it up the glass. Centered up there by the Rangers, picked up by Blackburn as he clears it out of danger, and it goes down through center ice. Llewellyn is going to be the one trailing there by the Force, covered up by the Rangers goaltender. 16 seconds remaining on the penalty from the Rangers. Bodorf to take the face-off. It's one to the side. Bodorf fires one towards the net. Doesn't make it. Sticked away by the goaltender. Fed back up by Westhoff to Warner. He rifles one towards the net. Goes wide. Bodorf feeds it out to Hagen. Hagen tries to get a shot off. Can't. Penalty expires for the Rangers. Shot. Score! Bryson Bodorf puts it in to tie it up here in the third. Great shot by Bodorf. The Rangers' penalty had expired, but they didn't let the player out of the box. They weren't watching the clock. It was late coming out on the ice. Left one defender down. Gained some energy here in the building now for the Force. Warner feeds it, backhanded up to Westhoff. Westhoff enters, feeds it over to Zaremba. Another shot attempt by Bodorf. His stick on the puck. Hagen takes it to center ice. He reverses. Hagen maintaining possession of that puck. Hagen's going to enter, has it taken away. Rangers feed it cross out to anybody. Ahead they come. Good defense there by Hagen. Hagen picks it up. Hagen's got one. Well, he's got three to beat now. Hagen enters. Shot. Goes wide. Rangers pick it up, feed it all the way down the ice. It's going to go, oh, they waved it off. I don't think Warner touched that, but they're going to call that. Fed off the glass. Rangers player lost it. Fed up, blocked by Kelly. Kept in by the Rangers. Warner down low to gather it. Rips it around, stopped by the Rangers as they feed it towards the center, taken away by Martin. Rangers regather it, shot goes wide. Behind the net come the Rangers, pressured there by Warner. The feed doesn't connect as Martin sends it up high. Shot towards the net goes wide. Picked up by Hagen. Hagen undefended, gaining speed as Hagen enters right around the defender. Hagen with the shot, saved by the Rangers. Knocked away there by Kelly, but the Rangers maintain possession. Back on defense is going to be Cumberland. We got 2-on-1 the other way. Cumberland, shot, blocked by Cumberland as it goes up over the net. Cleared out of danger there by Cumberland and Hagen. Kelly swipes it towards the boards, kept in by the Rangers. Shot attempt blocked by McDonald. McDonald stick fighting for it. Now onto the stick of Kelly as she dumps it in. Change for the Force as Blackburn comes on for Hagen. Rangers the other way. We got a penalty here now coming up on Max McDonald as he's going to get a slashing. .7:24 on the clock, tied 1-1. Penalty killers for the Force is going to be Blackburn, Fraze, Llewellyn, and Cumberland. Puck comes out to the Rangers. They shoot one towards the nets, trickled around in front. Defended there by Cumberland, picked up by Llewellyn. Llewellyn's got Fraze ahead of him. He feeds it across, right in between the Rangers defender. It's a nice pass, and Fraze spins and fires one towards the net. Glove saved by the Rangers. Fraze take the face off. Rangers gain possession of the puck. Fraze takes it away, loses it in his skates, and we're going to get offsides on the Rangers. Offensive change on the penalty kill unit for the Force. Is going to put Bodor from Westhoff on the ice. Face-off picked up by the Rangers, swiped away by Blackburn, kept in by the Rangers. Blackburn feeds it up to Bodorf. Bodorf tries to clear it out, can't. Finally does. Rangers gather, dump it in. Blackburn feeds it off of Bodorf as it goes down the rink. Cross-ice pass by the Rangers connects, and they dump it in. Cumberland picks it up, finding an open space is Cumberland. Aiden Cumberland tries to shoot one towards the net, trickles wide. We got 30 seconds remaining on the penalty on Max McDonald. Bodorf to battle for it. Comes out to Blackburn as he backhands it back down. And we're going to get an offsides call on Westhoff as he tries to clear it back. 24 seconds remains on the penalty on McDonald. 6:18 remains in the period, tied up 1-1. Face-off won by the Rangers. Defended by Westhoff, picked off by Bodorf. Bodorf reverses, Bodorf with it again. Bodorf with the shot. Whoa, it's right over the stick as Westhoff tries to shovel it home. Rangers pick it up, back on defense. We're going to have Warner and Hagen. Bodorf with a great back check here. He's getting into position, and they try to feed it. Blocked away by Bodorf. And his hustle coming back out of the box is McDonald. On the ice is Fraze. Westhoff feeds it up to Murphy. Fraze with it now. Fraze winds, shot. It just goes high and wide. Comes out, he dumps it back in deep behind the net. We got 5:30 left in the third. Puck trickles all the way down the ice. It's not going to have enough for icing. Llewellyn gathers. Feeds it up. Back to the stick of Llewellyn as he dumps it into the neutral zone. Into the skates of Fraze. Picked up by the Rangers, defended by Legault. Hagen tips it ahead to himself. He's going to reverse directions here and look for some open ice, or Murphy Fraze. Fraze tips it ahead. He's got speed. Murphy Fraze gets a stick into no call. Back the other way come the Rangers with Warner back on defense. Shot. And it's going to go in the net. We got a good goal. The initial save by Hosier, and it got kicked out in front in the crease. He got skated in by the Rangers. .443 remains to force down one. Face-off, one back by the Force, picked up by Hagen. Hagen enters. Shovels it towards the net, and it goes in! Harrison Hagen with a score! Immediate by the Force to tie it up 2. Fed back and forth there is Hagen and Warner. Puck comes out to Westhoff. Taken away by the Rangers. Left alone, and Bodorf gathers it. Rangers take it back the other way. Stolen by Hagen. Now onto the stick of Westhoff. Oliver. Gathered up by the Rangers. Back on defense. Shot. Saved by Hosier, picked up by Hagen as he rips it down the ice. It's touched by the Rangers. Trickles to center ice. We got 3:55 remaining here in the third. Taken away by Cumberland as he puts it back to center ice. Zaremba. Now the Rangers with it. Defended well there by Cumberland. Set back down the ice by Bodorf. And the Rangers are going to wind behind their own net and feed it up the ice. Blackburn's going to backhand it down in front of us here. Enters it into the offensive zone. Back to Blackburn. Now onto the stick of Llewellyn. Llewellyn tries to get it to Fraze. Can't. Back to Blackburn. Blackburn rips it back into the offensive zone for the Force. Round behind the net. Defended there by Llewellyn. Picked up by Cumberland. Just out of his reach, he fires one towards the net. Llewellyn behind the net. Now Fraze with it as he tries to spin around and stuff one home. It's stuck behind the net. Rangers come away with it. Fraze is tripped up. Picked up by Max McDonald. Rangers still maintain possessions from his backside, and McDonald rifles one to center ice. Fraze. Right in front of us here. Puck's going to come out to Blackburn as he feeds it ahead. Almost onto the stick of Llewellyn as the Rangers pick it up. Rangers through center ice. Forced in position. Take a shot towards the net. Blocked by Blackburn in front. Here's where those dirty goals come from. Ooh, and it trickles just wide. They're dangerous for the Force as the initial save's being made by Hosier, but then that's laying on the doorstep, and the Rangers have been able to put them away. Shot towards the net. Oh, and it went just wide. Rangers gathered up, 2 minutes remaining, blocked by Blackburn, picked up by Cumberland as he feeds it to the sideboards. Into the skates of McDonald as he clears it out of the offensive zone. Sent around by the Rangers. Oliver Westhoff takes it away, lifting a stick by the Rangers player, Phrase, tagging the net, blocked in front. Dirty Hagen coming up to fires one towards the net. It's blocked around, another shot right in the goaltender. Puck's laying on the doorstep. And they lose it. We got a minute and a half remaining in this one. Down the ice come the Rangers. Shot, save, Hosier. Bodorf into the face-off circle. Face-off one back by the Rangers. They shoot. Goes wide. Rangers gather. Centering feed blocked away by Hagen. Picked up by Bodorf. Bodorf is taken down. There we go. We got a tripping penalty here on the Rangers. The Force is going to go to a power play with 1:09 remaining. We got a hook penalty. Good opportunity for the Force to break it open here. Power play unit's going to be Llewellyn, Bodorf, Fraze, Hagen, Warner. Face off. Land for somebody to pick up. Llewellyn picks it up. Fires one towards the net, goes high, sticked away by the goaltender for the Rangers. They feed it up, kept in by Warner. Warner's going to send this one. Rifles it over the top of the net. With less than a minute to go. Hagen keeps it in. Oh, we got a breakaway here by the Rangers. On defense, good swipe away by Warner. He saves that attempt. Colton Warner in position. Hagen gathering speed. We got offsides. Great play by Colton Warner there to save an attempt right at Hosier. Bodorf into the face-off circle. Llewellyn, Fraze, Warner, Hagen. 41 seconds remains. Shoveled in by Llewellyn. Taxing game for these players. Rangers gaining speed. Rangers through center ice. It's taken away by Hagen. He's tied up. Hagen going to gather it. Now Fraze. We got 20 seconds on the clock. Fraze moving it ahead. He's got Llewellyn. Tries to feed it over to him. Down deep. Llewellyn made towards the net. Kicked to the side by the goaltender. Fraze feeds it up to Hagen. Hagen shoots one towards the net. Tries to feed it ahead, and this one's going to go to overtime. Overtime will be 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. If this clears the overtime period, we'll do a 3-person shootout. Because the Rangers have a penalty here entering the overtime, it's going to be a 4-on-3. Have never gone to overtime, so this is new. I don't have a period clock or anything like that. We're just going 5 minutes to keep you updated on the time. Bodorf in the face-off, wins it. Can't maintain possession, but it's picked up by Hagen. Hagen gathering some speed. Feeds it cross ice, can't connect with anybody. Hagen defending well. Penalty expires for the Rangers. 4-on-4 hockey until we get a dead puck and then go to 3-on-3. Picked up by Bodorf. Bodorf splitting the defenders, picked up by Fraze. Murphy Fraze swings wide, shot, goes towards the net and it skips wide. Hagen defends well, keeps it in, ropes it in deep. Fraze is going to pick that up. Murphy Fraze surveys. Tries to feed it towards the goal, blocked away by the goaltender of the Rangers. Fraze knocks it off their stick, picks it up. Murphy Fraze, round behind the net. Backhands it to Bodorf. Bodorf can't handle it. Picked up by the Rangers. Knocked away by Warner. Fraze back the other way. In his skates, picked up by Bodorf. Bodorf rips one towards the net, goes high. We got 3:45. Rangers feed it up onto the stick of Hagen. Hagen gathers, makes a move. He's got 2 to beat here. Hagen backhands one towards the net, goes wide. And the puck goes all the way down the ice. Knocked away by Warner. Warner feeds it up to Bodorf. Bodorf through center ice. He's got Fraze. Shot. Glove saved by the Rangers. So now we're going to go to 3-on-3 hockey for the remaining 3:14 left in this period. Three for the Force is going to put Llewellyn, Cumberland, McDonald on the ice. Face off in our offensive zone. McDonald won it back to Cumberland. It's knocked away by Llewellyn. Great defensive play there. Llewellyn keeps it in again. Rangers wind it. This girlfriend, he has it stolen away by Llewellyn. Llewellyn feeds it to the center. Puck goes towards the net. There it goes in! Score! Hayden Cumberland wins it in OT for the Force. Hayden Cumberland. It's going to fire the boys up, carry us into the championship game tomorrow morning. We'll see you all tomorrow.